The basic idea of a thesis statement is to state the main point that you want to make in the paper and to state the main reason why you believe that point to be true. Before you start, you should decide on what your thesis will be after thinking about your topic and probably doing some reading and research. Let's consider Paper 1, Choice 1. Paper 1, Choice 1 says, research and discuss the role of the Viet Cong in the Vietnam War. Then use that information to better understand the events in the novel. Be sure to mention specific events and details from the novel. Now please note, whatever thesis statement you come up with has to say something about the novel, and the novel or the characters have to be mentioned in the thesis statement. Your thesis might be that the Viet Cong were the enemy of the South Vietnamese and the Americans, and that is the reason Tan keeps her father's allegiances secret. The fact is that you say what you think about the effect of the historical events on the novel and why you think that. Now, the thesis statement should be placed at the end of the first paragraph, the introductory paragraph. And every introductory paragraph should have at least 3 sentences. A sentence or 2 or 3, that's the lead, that says something general about the topic. Then 1, 2, or 3 sentences that transition from that general statement to the thesis. And then the last sentence of the first paragraph, which is the thesis. So it must be at least 3 sentences long, but it can certainly be more. Now let's consider using the same technique for the second option. If you find now the second option is choice 2, research and discuss the attitude towards Vietnamese immigrants to the United States following the Vietnam War. And now again, use that information to better understand the events in the novel. Be sure to mention specific events and details from the novel. Now, if you find articles that indicate that Vietnamese immigrants were not welcome in the United States after the war, you can say, Tan and Mai feel alienated by American society because after the Vietnam War, the Americans blamed the Vietnamese for America's defeat. So your thesis is telling us what you think the effect of the discrimination by the Americans had on Tan and Mai. They feel alienated. And why you think that happened? It happened because the Americans blamed the Vietnamese for America's defeat. Now, on the other hand, if you find articles that indicate that America did not feel negatively towards the Vietnamese immigrants, then you could have a thesis that says, Mai and Tan feel alienated from American society because of their own insecurities and not because of the attitudes of the Americans. Once you have chosen a thesis, you must pick at least 3 topics to back it up, which means that you will have at least 3 body paragraphs. So for example, if you're going to say that the Viet Cong were hated by the South Vietnamese and the Americans, you could have 1 paragraph on the beliefs of the Viet Cong, about their communism and how it was hostile to America, and perhaps 2 showing how those attitudes affect Mai and Tan in the novel. And this is very important. Each body paragraph should have 1 and only 1 clear main idea. Don't talk about the same thing over and over again in every paragraph, and don't have more than 1 idea in each paragraph. So you might talk about 1, the Viet Cong were communist sympathizers. 2, Tan suffers from the memories of her father's actions during the war. And 3, Tan keeps her father's allegiance to the Viet Cong a secret from Mai, so she will have respect for him. And in each body paragraph, you must support the main topic sentence with examples from the novel or from your research.